So here's the boat is empty. Took all the curtains down. Now I'm putting the curtains back up, but I want them all to match, so I'll have curtains that match throughout the boat. So that front window there will be a curtain that goes all the way across there. And then I'm also doing one over the stove here. All right. So hopefully here in a couple days I can show you the finished product.
About to leave, already packing. Come with me, I'm not really asking. We'll get away to a place where we don't know. About to see the world in action, what we can be, like with no distractions. We'll get away, this is what we waited for. Take my hand, we'll make it somehow. We can't miss out.
Hi everyone. So this video is about putting new curtains, making new curtains for the boat, and I originally just wanted to add curtains on the bow windows and the aft port window above the oven. And the reason that was just for privacy, and it helps keep it a little darker so that maybe our dogs will sleep until 7 and not 5 or 6. But it's nice to have the privacy without having to go outside and snap on the covers in the rain, and I can just put these on really quick. And when I originally looked at doing bow curtains, I thought about how am I going to connect it or attach them, I guess, to the window. So I originally thought, well, I could do a curtain rod, and Martin was totally against that, and I didn't really want that either, because then you have you'd have material bunched up on each side of the boat, which interferes with your view. So then I was thinking, well, I guess I could always put hooks on the curtain, and then I would just hook them up on the wood portion up here on the bow. But I've seen a few curtains done like that, and I just didn't like how it looked. So I decided, or I was looking, trying to figure out what I was going to do, and then I came across this 3-in dual locking system, which basically are these plastic prong things, and they interlock in themselves. So I would put one side on the boat, and the other, put it on the boat, and then the same thing on the curtain, and then they just attach. Like you take one and it just attaches like this, right? And they're securely fastened. So then it was, how do I attach it to the curtain, because the stickiness on here, that has a sticky tab. It works great on the boat because the material that the boat's made out of. But the fabric, it's not very sticky, so it doesn't stay on. You could sew it, but then trying that, then you look at this strip is pretty thick. It's also sticky, so when the needle goes through, it's picking up the glue, which jams your machine. Even if you're hand sewing, it's just turned into be a pain. So then I was like, okay, oh, I know, let's hot glue. So I took portions, I did about 2 inches long on them, and I think there's about 6 of them on each side, 5 or 6, probably 5, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 on each side. And then I did the same thing on the curtains, and I'll show you here in a second. And then as you put them on, so this side is the curtain and this is on the boat, you just push down on the curtain, and now it's secure. And it doesn't come off until I pull it off. What that looks like. So up here, and actually you can't see them, so I'll pull this whole section off here. So there's where they are. So there's one, and then there's a few over there. And the curtains, they're on, there's one, and they're all hot glued on, so they're not going anywhere. So these here, hopefully you can see this. There's one here, I just push it on. Okay, and here is this end right here. So here's the connector. There's the other connector. So you just take it and just give it a little push. And now it's on there tight, not coming down. And now they're securely back up here. And I overlapped right here. So I overlapped it about 2 inches so that you don't have an opening in the center, since I decided to do them two-sided. Which just lets me fold it and put it away, and it's just makes it easier to put on, because you really do have to climb up. So I'm actually standing right here. They're up there nice and snug. They're easy to pull off. They don't rip the curtain, so there's that. So I have it overlapped there. It looks great. And then over here, it just goes over the top of the wood. I don't need one on the wood. They're nice and straight right there. I have some pictures I'll put that shows how they're tied back. But they look great. I love them.
I'm gonna go my part on the curtains. Now the biggest part of this whole project is to put this track.
You think that's the biggest part?
The biggest part. I had to drill 4 holes, not split the teeth, get the right size screws. I actually had to cut the track because it's a 4-foot strip. I got to use some power tools there.
Okay, you know I spent 2 full days making curtains, right?
Are they all hanging?
Well, no, because your 30-minute job
Well, that makes this the most critical part. Of
is
the
the most
project.
critical, yes. Not the biggest part.
Well, it's the most critical and the biggest.
Okay, I'll give it to you. We know it's not, though.
A lot of craftsmanship went in there.
2 trips to the hardware store.
I did. I didn't need to take the hardware store. Get the right screws. It's really important.
You may help holding.
No.
Oh, excuse me.
Done enough already.
I did. A whole bunch of curtains. I have done enough. You're right.
Tapping screws or splitting wood.
Yes, please don't do that. Ooh, here it goes. So excited. my old curtains I use as patterns for all of these curtains here, except for the bow window. And I kind of had to make a pattern for the port aft window above the stove. And that is because you can kind of use this one here on the starboard side, but it's also longer, so you have to remember that because of the way the boat goes out right here for the window seat. So that is that. I made all new straps. Down here I put all the snap attachments on. You have the snap down in the corner. And you have the front window here. And then this is the port side, and I loved how it turned out. It's so nice. So you have snaps, and then of course it has the tie down right here. So you can pull the curtain back in the daytime or when you're cooking. And then here is the port front window there. And that turned out good. And again, this tie backs are, I did them all, and it was actually pretty simple. So the pattern worked great, having the curtains as a pattern. And then the rail that Ranger uses, I got off Sellrite, which is right, here's the one I bought. It's the same exact rail. And then all those at the top are little tabs, and you can just sew them on. So that worked great, made it really easy. My machine just sewed right through it. And then down here, I have the V-berth curtain there, so it encloses it off. And we use that a lot, and it keeps out the light, and it also keeps the heat in. So we'll like warm up the boat before we go to bed. We'll put in a DVD and watch a movie. And then when we're done with the movie, we turn off the heat and close everything up down there, and it actually stays fairly warm even in the winter. So these are the front bow windows that I made. So again, thanks for watching, and don't forget to like the video, subscribe to our channel if you haven't already. We have lots more upcoming. And until the next video, stay tuned for more channel surfing. See you later.